3 words every man wants to hear during sex. 3 words. You want to stay and pay attention, ladies. If you've not subscribed, hit that button. If you got a question, put it in the box. Men want to hear things during sex, but there's 3 words that make them totally crazy. Now, I'm Dr. Doug Weiss, and for the last 4 decades, I have been teaching couples how to have amazing sex, but not average couples, not your happy couples. Couples who've been destroyed by sexual addiction, pornography addiction, infidelity, and intimacy anorexia, where the couple's not even having sex, or they feel so married and alone, like they're just functioning like they're roommates. And if you don't understand intimacy anorexia, go to intimacyanorexia.com. It'll really help you. We got lots of videos on that. And I'm not here to explain that. I'm here to tell you what men want to hear during sex, because when you understand what they want to hear, it can make the sexual encounter so different. Now, for 40 years, I've been repairing sexualities. I've been seeing them go from brokenness to experimenting to really healthy and creative and fun sexuality. I've gotten so many positive feedbacks on couples who came, they did intensives, and their lives were changed, but also there is material that can help you right where you are to understand each other. It's called Upgrade Your Sex Life. It's in the description, the book and the DVD. Do either one. If he's not a reader, get the DVD, download it, and say, hey, I want to have better sex with you. Can we watch this? Why do you want to watch it with him? Because I'd explain the 5 different sex languages, that you have one of those as your primary. And if he understands that, he knows what to say to you during sex, not just the 3 words every woman wants to hear, but also how to talk to you in creating a sexual environment that applies to the way you are specifically made. What if he knew how to actually ask you for sex in a way that appealed to you, that made you want to be sexual with him? What if your sexual expression or language is patience, and he came to you and said, listen, darling, I want to spend 15, 20 minutes just touching you. Not inappropriately, just caressing you. I want to make sure the kids are in bed, the doors are locked, and we've got lots of time. I want to spend on you before we make love. Well, that would be a totally different thing than, hey, let's go have sex. Men don't know what to say because they don't know what kind of sex language you are. And once they do, they can be more intelligent, not only in the asking, but during sex, they can really talk to you the way you want to be talked to, the way that it means something to you, that touches your heart, not just your body. Men, they might know how to have sex, but rarely are they taught how to make love. Upgrade Your Sex Life allows him to have those tools and skills. What if he could say the right things during sex, but what about after sex? Instead of getting up and disappearing, he could hold you, and he could speak words that you really want to hear, that you need to hear from your husband, from your lover, okay? Because that person has access to your heart. All of this is in the material. How would you like to not argue about how often you have sex? How would you like to have an agreement where you understand the frequency? How would you like to be able to say, these things are outside of our garden, these things are in our garden, okay? How would you like to have all of these tools in really very little time? You can. Now, let me encourage you to get Upgrade Your Sex Life. Do that. But let's talk about the 3 words every man wants to hear during sex, no matter what their sexual language is, no matter what their sexual expression, no matter what their culture. I have found that most men want to hear these 3 words. I want you. I want you, not I love you. They know you love them by the way that you care for their environment, the way you take care of things in their lives, the way that you speak to them, the way you show up for them in so many different ways. Absolutely unfathomable that they wouldn't know that you love them. But they don't know that you want them anymore. Maybe when you were dating, maybe the initiation has dropped off, maybe just not hearing it. Men long to be wanted more than loved. That's why they can be vulnerable if someone says, I want you. But if it's your wife saying it during sex, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, you're totally wide open, and she plants inside his heart, I want you. I really do. And your behavior shows that. You initiate, there's some creativity, there's confidence, maybe even some slight kind of like, not aggression, but firmness during sexuality, okay, or during the foreplay thing, okay? What if you knew exactly what sexual language or expression he was, and you could master that during the environment by teasing him the way he wants to be teased, foreplay the way that he would like it, what he would like to hear, what he'd like to hear during sex, exactly what he wants to hear, and what he needs to hear after sexuality to feel like you touched his heart and he's bonded to you, and he can't even explain it to you how much you've bonded to him because you finally read his exact language. I hope this has encouraged you. If you're struggling with sexual addiction, pornography addiction, or intimacy anorexia, you're feeling married and alone, unwanted, disconnected, you feel like you're a manager and not a lover, then definitely, look into that material. Call our office, 719-278-3708, because for the last decades, I've been doing 5-day intensives with couples and seeing them have a better life, including incredible sex. Now, if you haven't subscribed, hit that button. If you got a question, put it in the box, and we will see you next time.